Okay, welcome to the Standpoint. Yes, last week we met Dr. Kennedy Brightson and heard about what he's doing at the Shai Osudoku District Hospital at Dodowa. Amazing stuff. Today we want to continue. We want to know who he is. We are still in the month of June. This is the last Friday in June. And we want to know who he is. How did he grow up? Who are his siblings? Is he married? Get to meet his wife, share some of his memorable experiences as a child. Maybe we'll understand him better because it's amazing what he is doing. Well, my name is Gifty Auntie. Welcome to the Standpoint once again. Let me say thank you to GTP for my cloth. My dress is by Ophelia Crossland Design. Thank you so much. My shoe once again is by Plus Size. They are on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, what have you. Get in touch with them and they will link you up, with the best of shoes and also help you start your own small business. Paba Cosmetics always takes care of my makeup product needs and Applied by Makeup and More. My earrings by Eguzi GH. But today, once again, the Hobsons are here. I don't blame them. Let me take a break. When we get back, we'll get to meet Dr. Brightson once again and get deeper behind the scene, behind the doctor. Who is he? We'll be back. To the Standpoint. So if you missed part 1, please go to our YouTube channel, The Standpoint, and watch it, or go to our website www.thestandpoint.com.gh, powered by Dream Oval, and watch the part 1. Today we are bringing you part 2. We are getting to know the man behind the doctor, the mind behind, let me see, the crazy doctor. Yeah, I like to refer to him like that. But let me say thank you to Wilma Africa. They are our major sponsors. They produce Frito cooking oil, which is made from palm fruit, so it makes it cholesterol free. It's fortified with vitamin A and endorsed by the Ghana Medical Association. They also import into this country Fortune Rice, which comes in 3 variants: the green package one, the orange package one, the wine package one. Each one has a specific meal that it's good for. Read what is written on it and make sure you use the right type for the kind of dish that you want to prepare. Thank you to Goil Ghana Oil Company Limited. Ahwini Pankasa, yeah, dear. Doctor. Doctor, has somebody ever referred to the crazy doctor? This doctor is mad.
Yes, I have been called that before. I have also, one day I was nearly shot to death. Yes, by a policeman who didn't understand my vision. He chased me to theater to shoot me.
Why?
At the Oyibi toll booth. I don't know if you use that road.
Yeah.
And that's where the crazy doctor idea comes from. And once my phone rings and I see it's an emergency, I don't ask questions. I just tell them I am on my way. And then a patient fixed something in my car for me, so I could be driving and talking and listening. It was a patient who they said, let me do this for you because I see the way you drive. So anytime I get to the toll booth where the policemen are, if it's an emergency, I'm directed to use the other lane that is free.
Right.
And this policeman seems to be trigger happy or something. That day, an accident had occurred around the Forest Hotel. And a lot of the women had broken bones. For me, once they see a woman, then something else just triggers. So, and that time, there was a kind of a national strike. There was a national strike by doctors, and my nurses called me. Will you or will you not go? It was a Saturday. Speed, my hazards were on. My headlights was on. My horn, ping, 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 was on. When I got there, then somebody beckoned me to use as I used to do. Then the man stopped me. He stop. What is this? I removed my stethoscope and showed it to him. He said, get out, stop. I did not mind him, seriously. Bam! I continued. Then he stopped a pickup and they gave me a chase. When I got to the hospital and I changed, that was when their pickup arrived. The policeman with 2 other policemen in it. So the man just walked in and started giving instructions and asked one of my nurses, is he a doctor? Then I said, hey, if you can't hear, can't you see what the man is doing? They said, he's not only a doctor, he's our director. The man said, okay, every nurse should stop work. So he called them outside. When he called them outside, I needed help. And he was talking to them. And this man, and that is how he is. And then he passes as if he's the president. And this and that and that and that and that. Wow. So he started disturbing me. And then he cocked the gun. When he cocked the gun at my right side. And I told him that you don't even know anatomy. You should have cocked the gun at my left side. If you really want to shoot me and kill me. So I was working. And he cocked the gun. I said, oh, put it here. This is where my heart is. Press the thing and kill me, Preku. Then the whole world will know that I was saving life. Yeah. And you shot me. When I go to God, then I'll tell God that was what you did. So when I said that, then it kind of dawned on him. I'll see. But that's the route I pass. When I'm passing, and I told them, you are a coward. If you cannot shoot me here, and you are waiting for me to finish this work, and come and pass to the toll booth for you to shoot me, then you are a coward. I told him.
What's been the greatest sacrifice you've made so far?
My greatest sacrifice?
To save somebody's life.
This is one.
Yeah.
But the greatest sacrifice was with my own wife, Gifty. My wife was in labor, and I took her to her doctor. Then she was in pain, and in pain. Then my telephone called. When I looked at it, LW. That's how I say labor ward. So I saw LW, labor ward. Gee, God, what is happening? Then I picked it. When I picked it, the nurse said, Dr. Brightson, we need you now. Then I told my wife, who was in labor, and I was standing by her side. I told her, Natalia, she said, well, I've heard it all. And I know you will go. And I said, I know you will be fine. I know you'll be fine. And she also said, I know if I say no, you won't listen to me. You'll go and save that life. Then I stood there and I said, wow, you need to tell me something, then I can move with my conscience. Then she said, go.
If there had been a Hobson, you should have said, don't go.
So I jump into my Tokulumaja. Hey! Then sped off. It was a Saturday. My wife was in labor. I left her and had to go and save another person's wife. So I got to Dodowa in no time. When I got there, the woman was practically unconscious. I listened to the heartbeat. The heartbeat was not there. The baby had died. And under such conditions, my friend, the obstetrician will tell you, sometimes the placenta will peel off. and then they begin to bleed. So there and then, the blood was just coming. What God? So if we have lost the baby, we must not do what? Lose the mother. So in no time, I had opened up the woman and then saved her. So I finished the surgery. We kept her on our machine. In about an hour or two, she was fine. And she's alive today.
Amen.
It's been 8 years. But Gifty, that is not... But Gifty, there's a more serious one we need to talk about.
So when you came back, what did your wife tell you?
When I finished the surgery, it was then that it dawned on me. Hey, Natalia, let me call her and see. Then I called. When I called, no response. Hey, then I called the doctor, a very senior doctor. It's like a father to me, you know. I called him, no response. I called the hospital, no response. I called the midwife that I left behind, no response. What will your mind be? Something had happened to my wife and nobody wants to break the bad news to me. So I just said, oh, what a stupid thing I have done. Hey, God, how can I go seeing somebody's wife, leaving my wife behind? Hey, what do I do? The nurses were trying to calm me down. I got to Medina and packed and wept because nobody was picking my call. So I just wept and wept and wept. Then I said, oh, okay, I go to Lagos, let me call again. When I called, then she picked it. And I said, oh, Yehovah. You know, why didn't you pick the call? They said, oh, then I was pushing.
You're watching The Standpoint. Let me say thank you to Gogoti Yogurt, Veraldo Malt Drinks by Casa Preco Company Limited, and Awake Purified Mineral Water. House of Foods, thank you. Cake Technique, most grateful. Yep, Cleaning Services takes care of our environment, and Matamis gives us the port. We'll take a break. When we come back, I promise you, this one, we'll get into his life history. We'll be back. Welcome back to The Standpoint. Again, I say thank you to GTP for my cloth. My dress was made for me by Ophelia Crossland Designs. My shoe is by Plus Size, and makeup products by Papa Cosmetics, applied by Makeup and More. Dr. Brightson, where did you grow up?
Wow, I'm a Tema boy.
Yeah, TM for life.
I'm a Tema boy. I grew up in Tema. I went to school in Tema. I come from very humble beginnings. Where in Tema did you go? Wow. That is Tema Community 1.
Chai.
And even the Community 1 crowd, you know, is a
Which
side 2. You see, I see you are doing this. You don't believe it. When I say it, people don't believe that.
Side 2, pa.
Yes, side 2.
From side 2 with love.
Yes, I'm proud of side 2. Then I went to private primary school at Tema New Town. Those of you who know Tema New Town, it's a distance.
Yeah.
It's very far.
Yeah.
And you know, money to go to school was a problem. You have to use a boat shaker. Those days we used Chololi. You know, I remember some Kanyemi, all weather, and all those yes. And then it got to a point we walked about 8 miles.
Wow.
Convert it into kilometers, and you see 8 over 3 times 8. That will give you something, you know, or 8 over 5 or so times 3. You know, And then we walked and walked and walked. It got to a point, and I'll tell you, I never had shoes. My brother and I, we used to walk what we call barefoot. Barefoot.
Are you serious?
Yes, barefoot.
But where were your parents? You said you were with your
my before I could say Jack to open my eyes, my parents were not living together. So my dad picked me. I had to go and stay with his mother, and that's an iron lady, the disciplinarian par excellence. You know, I mean, she'll just look at you and you can read a page from her looks. It means that you have to stop. So when we were going to school, primary school, that kind of thing, I don't know, I wanted to be a doctor. That's how it all started. I mean, any time we played at home, I would play the role of a doctor,
okay.
You know, as a child. You know,
but side two, had you seen a doctor before?
I had not seen a doctor. I had not. Hey, now me size two. You know size two. I mean size two there. I mean, the couple can be
But you still wanted to be a doctor.
But I wanted to be a doctor.
So would you say you are living your dream?
Yes,
you are living.
I'm living my dream. I wanted to be a boxer. When I grew up a little.
A doctor and a boxer.
Yeah, when I grew up a little, I had a friend who used to go for boxing training. I was a little boy. And I called Amasa. I remember him very well. So Amasa took me to Sini Center, Community Center. Community Center is the hub of all the activities. So I went to join them, and then gradually I was, you know, it is how you throw it. You don't throw it like this. You throw it like that. And I joined them, and I was becoming a boxer as a child. There was children competition. I took part. One day, we had to do Champion of Champions, and I was beaten so well. When I went home, I mean, grandma saw it that there was something wrong with me. And Mike, my brother Mike, my senior brother, Mike told grandma, "Oh, man, I no boxing in Aile." Then grandma called me, Tete Kofi. That's my middle name. I'm Tete because I'm first man between my mother and my wife, my mother and my father. So Tete Kofi, then I came. Kwemo. I mean, go to school. We have to say Bosky. Before I could say Jack, my ear, them one. Hey. Then that dream of Kasei Bosky
was pity out of you. That spirit was cast out.
It was cast out.
But you've told us about your wife. We know you're married, Natalie. But how many kids do you have?
I have 3. And I will encourage people who want to have babies that there is hope for all of them. My wife used to have problems. When we got married final year in medical school. Okay. She's my mate. Okay. You know, final year, she used to have, we'll do the scan.
You trained at Ukraine?
Yes, I trained at Ukraine. You know it. You know. And then it got to a point, it was like the chances of having babies was almost 0 for her. And she asked me, "Will you marry me? I'm not going to give you babies. Look at my scan reports. Look at my ovaries. Look at this." I looked into her face and I said, "Look, I'm marrying you not because I want to have babies with you. I'm marrying because I think I want a life companion. But there's one promise I can tell you. When you set your feet on my land, Ghana, and you breathe my air, you become pregnant." And truly, let me tell you, you see, the Bible says that by faith we are healed. You understand? Yes. I had that faith that no matter what. So when she came, she had all these problems. And then, oh, may he so rest in peace, Dr. Peterson. You know, they were very wonderful people in my life. Dr. Peterson, Dr. Frimpong, and Dr. Collison, and then Dr. James Sefa. Now he's Professor Sefa at the Ops and Ghana. But these were very wonderful people that I met at the beginning of my profession. Right. And I think that they believed in me, and they they supported me, and
you salute them.
I salute them. Though some of them have gone, but I salute Dr. Sefa, who is alive today. You know, we repeated the scan, and the problem was going. The third scan, there was nothing there again. The next time, it was like she was vomiting left and right. We checked the urine, and
she was pregnant. There is a God, you know.
So the first child came. And then the second one came, and then the third one came.
What kind of marriage would you say you have? Both of you being doctors.
It's, first of all, initially it was challenging and difficult, because at a point we could be at home 1 week and we do not actually see each other. We are in the same bedroom, you know. By the time she comes back, I'm sleeping. So she wouldn't like to wake me up, because she knows the nature of the job. When I wake up at 3 a.m. to go, she's also sleeping. I would not like to wake her up. And then during our 10th, that's where the problem came. During our 10th wedding anniversary, we had dressed up, everything. We were going to chill. Then the phone.
Your phone?
My phone. When I check, LW. And labor ward. Then she looked at me. He said, okay, go and come. I removed all that I wore, put on some t-shirt, palm. I got to Mamobi, and it was one emergency after the other. That day, I did 10 emergency surgeries. Wow. And 10th anniversary, 10 surgeries. Yes. And then, it was 2 a.m. Can you imagine it? We were going out around 3 to go and chill out. Then I left. 12 hours. I was coming home, tired, dejected, hungry, and I didn't know what was waiting for me at home. When I got home, Natalia was still sitting down where she sat when I left. In her dress, in her shoes, in her makeup, everything like this. And when I entered, she looked at me and she said something. Maybe she might have forgotten, but she said something that hit me. She said, "Yesli be yanye bula vrachom eta brak za sconch las be." That means, if I were not, let me translate. If any anka seminye doctor anka wari egu. If I were not a doctor, that this marriage is rocked.
Wow.
Then all I said was, well, sorry, but we can have another day. The patients will not have another day. We can have another day. We can go tomorrow. We can go tomorrow next. After all, your birthday comes. You don't necessarily celebrate it on the same day. You can choose to celebrate, do the party. You understand? But these patients will not have another day. The next day is that they will be in the morgue, frozen, and children will be thrown onto the street, because the woman is the champion of the family. The woman is the one who is looking after the baby. The woman who is training the child. So if one woman dies during childbirth, a whole family is dead.
Yeah.
You know, then she smiled. I hugged her. Then she wept. Oh. When she wept and wept and wept.
Doc, your hands are shaking.
Since she was weeping, I was also weeping. And then we finished. And then we went to, you know.
On that note, I take another break. When I come back, do you have questions for him? Hey, Hobson, see. What were questions? Hey. All right. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will wrap up this discussion. Oh, God, you can talk to Dr. Brightson the whole day and you won't be bored. The stories are just mind-blowing. It helps you challenge yourself. You know, you ask yourself, am I doing enough? What can I do? I think I've sacrificed, but this kind of sacrifice is beyond human understanding. You just have to get that fire. That's something special. Anyway, thank you to Gogot Yogurt, Awake Purified Mineral Water, Veraldo Drinks, House of Foods, the bar, House of Foods and Cake Technique, Yup Cleaning Services for their support. We'll be back. To the standpoint. Well, let me say thank you to Wilma Africa. They are our major sponsors. Wilma Africa, they produce Phyto cooking oil made from palm fruit, and it is fortified with vitamin A and endorsed by the Ghana Medical Association. It is cholesterol free. They also import into this country Fortune Rights. It comes in 3 variants. So that's the green package one, good for the soft dishes, orange package one for medium grain, and then the wine package one for the long grain with the aroma and everything. Don't miss it. Thank you to Ghana Oil Company Limited. I mean, this program is also aired on ABN TV, which is on Sky Channel 195, which is across Western Europe, part of Canada and Asia. It is also on Virgin TV in UK on channel 842. Don't miss it. Our YouTube channel is very active. And then our website, www.thestandpoint.com.gh, is powered by Dream Oval. Don't forget to like our page on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and then all our social media platforms. Let's get active. Doc, we are back, and these Hobsons have some questions for you. Let me start with the beautiful lady in front, the obstetrician gynecologist.
Kindly share with us what else you are doing to reduce the delay that comes with the decision making, where most of our women end up at prayer camps okay, rather than coming directly to us, and then the transportation bit in your district. Let us know what you're doing.
We noticed in the hospital about this delay factor, and then somewhere along the line I decided on my own volition. Nobody asked me to do it. It wasn't any NGO's program. It was one of my dreams. Yeah. So Friday we'll go to, let's say, Dodowa taxi station, mount canopy, and then invite people, and then the education will just roll. It was rolling. And then the next Friday I'll go to Topo. These are marshy areas in the district. Beyond Asuchari, if you know, far beyond Asuchari, I would go there and run a program there like that. The next Friday, I'm at a different place running. I ran as far as to Ningo, you know, and then we started seeing the dividends. We started seeing the dividends because we noticed that the cases were not coming totally bad as they used to be. So for us, though we did not put the statistics down, empirically, we were seeing a general improvement in it. But those were cases, we're getting cases of, you know, incomplete abortion, that is incomplete miscarriage, miscarriage, bleeding pregnancy. So when we noticed that one, then we had to disabuse the mind of the men that this thing has got nothing to do with the strength and the vibrating power of your manhood. So this led into reducing the community delay, the decision making delay. Of course, the pregnancy school phenomenon that we practice, we run a pregnancy school. Those of you who are my friend on Facebook, periodically I put pregnancy school lessons there. You watch it, you know. Ken Brightson, if you just put Ken Brightson, you see it. The pregnancy school, we invite husbands to come. So husbands attend pregnancy lessons. So because we also believe that when you educate one man, you end up educating 10 men. Because if that one man is a taxi driver, for instance, at a taxi station, then he will end up educating about 10 or 20 taxi drivers. If the man is a director in an office in Accra, of course, he has a secretary, he has the other deputy directors and things, he will end up educating them. We did all these things, and we are seeing the dividends. The dividends of reducing maternal mortality was not a one-day thing. People, now the results are coming, and some people are even bashing us. That is not true. And that. Thinking that it just happened yesterday. No, it's investment. You must have the passion for it. You must have the love to say that this woman must not die.
Thank you very much, Doc. You spent a wonderful time with us.
Thank you.
Last week and this week has been just amazing. We just want to say thank you as women. I mean, there are places where they don't take women seriously. Pregnancy is treated as one of those things.
Never.
You know, I mean, you are going through pain and struggling, and it's only private hospital you are paying big money before they pay attention. But what you're doing with your staff and your management is just amazing, and we just want to appreciate you. We don't have anything special, but we have a bag of goodies for you.
Wow!
From Roma, Africa. Everything is in there. We have all the 3 variants of rice. We have frito, we have frying pan, we have saucepan, we have plates, we have apron, everything in there. We also have some drinks, Veraldo drinks from Casa Preco Company Limited. And then Awake purified mineral water. We just want to say that we are grateful. Wow. This is not much, but a talking. I see the little things that excite you, you know, make you feel happy that you're being appreciated. So thank you so much. But before you go, what is your parting words to women out there and to people who take care of sick people? Not just, I mean, your colleagues in the health profession, who not just because they are wicked, but sometimes they are fed up, they are tired. This work is a thankless job. What do you have to say?
First of all, I must say that yes, I mean, salary is not it's not big for you to be proud of, like you are paid in the other countries across the ocean. But for me, what I do is that when I'm seeing a patient, I tell myself that God is standing by my side, and he has a marking scheme, and he's marking me, and God will mark me based on how I talk to the patient, based on how I examine the patient, and based on how I treat the patient. And I would like to score a higher mark on God's scorecard, and that is all that guides me. I'll tell my colleagues that they should show commitment. I remember during one of my car was breaking down. It was difficult to go into, you know. Then one day I woke up, and Auntie Justina Beidu of Adon Brusso company just sent the driver, take this Nissan Titan V8, go and give it to Dr. Brightson for his birthday. And you know, and Auntie Justina and the husband, Uncle Beidu, they have been like parents to us. Yes, right. Let us commit our life to what we do. You see, you can't do otherwise. You either do it well or you don't do it at all. Because that is your profession. If you don't want to save the lives, live the lives. Go. There are a lot of things to do. I remember when we were complaining about salaries, Mr. Niamadonko, who was then the deputy minister, He told us when you were going to choose your profession, accounting and all other things were there. You could have chosen accounting and get your money and stop disturbing us. Then I learned my lesson. So in everything you do it as though you are serving God directly on the moment.
Yeah.
And God is watching you.
Right.
Take note that God is watching you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So this is it, part 1 and part 2 with Dr. Kennedy Brightson. There's a message in there for us as women as well. But I'll take a break. When we come back, I'll give you a bit of me. Whatever you do it as if you're doing unto God. You see, people can be very ungrateful. People can be so ungrateful, it will kill your love, your passion, your whatever. But if you truly believe in what you're doing, if you truly have a passion for it, if it is a calling, if you see it as a ministry, you do not let anything deter you from doing that. You stay focused. It's beautiful to receive gratitude. It's beautiful for people to come back and say thank you. But in this world that we're living, people will even say, and so what? You did it for me, and so what? When you have given it your all. But trust me, God has a way of rewarding us. God has a way of blessing us. Sometimes the reward we want is a specific one, so we keep our eye on that one. But if only you can relax and look around you, you'll be amazed. July, the standpoint will be 10 years.
Wow.
It's been a real struggle, but guess what? The number of people who meet me and say, Gifty, because of a program you did, the man you brought on the program, the man you referred me to, the exciting one was quite recently, a lady sent me an email and said, Gifty, if it hadn't been for you, I wouldn't be enjoying my marriage by now. Sometimes the reward shouldn't be monetary, but just words, the thank you, the God bless you, the things that happen on the side. How we've been able to stay on air for 10 years is a miracle. It is not me. It is the many people who have come on the program to share their stories, to share their experiences, so that people out there can be impacted, can be helped, can be motivated, can be inspired, can be encouraged. They are the ones who have made the standpoint what it is. And so I say thank you to all of them, all of you out there, and for you for keeping watching the standpoint all these years. I say thank you to you. Watch out, in July we are going to bring you more exciting programs. We have some programs lined up and we will let you know it. But hey, before we go, you know what? You know who I am? The woman with super crazy faith in God. That He's able and He's got me covered. No matter what comes my way, He's got me covered. Grace abounds, but remember, God has given us wisdom. Let's apply it. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. May July be excellent for all of us. Bye for now.